Hello everyone, I'm here again making my second video for YouTube, and this video was made out of a request from a friend that wanted me to do a video listing a few movies of mine that I really enjoy that are lesser known films that maybe not everybody would have seen, or especially I guess people my age maybe wouldn't know about. I like a lot of older films, and all these movies that I'm getting ready to talk about, there's about 5 of them here, are kind of odd, lesser known films, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into them. The first being The Conversation, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. It was made between The Godfather 1 and 2. Let you see the cover there real quick. And this movie is really interesting because it's really unique. It's a story about a man played by Gene Hackman, and in my opinion, Gene Hackman's greatest performance on the screen. He's just incredible in the movie. He plays such a low-key character, and it's completely unlike anything I've seen Hackman do before or since. But it's a really interesting movie. It's about him being a surveillance expert, and he records this conversation. He's being paid to record this conversation between a young couple walking through a park, and when he turns the recording into the people that paid him to do this, strange things start to happen. There's a murder involved, and he gets himself personally involved, and it was probably about the biggest mistake of his life. And it's just a really tense thriller. It's the editing of the film and the way the film is put together is really interesting. It's got some other really good people in there. It's got John Cazale, Cindy Williams, Frederick Forrest. There's a lot going on in this movie, and I really enjoy it. So if you guys are interested, check that one out. Alright, next movie would be The Wraith. Let's see the DVD there real quick. The cover. Yes, that is a young Charlie Sheen on the cover there. This movie came out in, I think, 86, not 86, something like that. Movie's really good. I enjoy it. It's kind of a mishmash of genres. It's a car movie, first and foremost, in my opinion. It's also kind of a ghost story, hence The Wraith. For those of you that don't know what a wraith is, look it up. Anyway, it's also kind of sci-fi in a way. It's basically about this gang of car kids led by a young Nick Cassavetes, who's now directed recently. Past few years he directed Alpha Dog. It's a really interesting movie that I enjoyed. It's based on a true story. If you want to hear about that one, maybe I can talk about that one, do a review or something. Also, like I said, Charlie Sheen's in here, plays kind of a odd character that he's mysterious, you're not really sure about him. But the main beef of the movie is about these street racing kids, and all of a sudden they start being picked off one by this mysterious guy in this black car with all black windows, and the only time you see him in an all black suit with a helmet that you can't see through, and so you're not quite sure who this guy is or what this guy is. And the movie's kind of creepy in its own right. It's a little campy. It's 80s. It's got 80s written all over it, which not a problem, not a bad thing. I like that. I like different things here and there. But of all movies that I have that I'd like to see get remade, it'd probably be that one. With all the remakes coming out and stuff, I'd like to see that one get updated. I think it's a really cool flick. Next movie is Videodrome. It's a really weird movie. But it's David Cronenberg film, so you might expect that. See the cover real quick. This movie is really odd. It stars James Woods. He's the main character. Other notable is Deborah Harry, and that'd be Blondie, the musician Blondie, for those of you that don't know her by her real name. Anyway, he plays, talking about good old James Woods there. He plays a kind of sleazy, this sleazy guy that runs a cable station. It's kind of a pirate station, and he shows nothing but odd bondage videos and these really weird maybe almost snuff films, and he gets these movies, you know, these videos. I mean, because he doesn't really have anything else to show. He can't pay for anything like a big broadcast station was, because it's just him. And he gets a hold of this tape called Videodrome, and it's got some really odd stuff on it, and it starts playing with his mind almost. Like you're not sure if the things that are happening to this man are really happening or if it's just in his head, and that goes all the way to the end of the film. You just keep hanging on this. Is this real? Is this fake? Is it in his mind? Is this guy crazy? What's going on? But Rick Baker did the special makeup effects for it, and if you don't know who Rick Baker is, look him up, because he's worked on a lot of incredible stuff and done a lot of great effects. Just one key scene is the gun in the stomach scene. If you have or haven't seen it, yeah, about that. Anyway, next movie is Memento. This is a Christopher Nolan film. I consider it his first film. It's not technically his first film. It's his second film, but nobody knows his first film. So, but this movie's really interesting. It stars Guy Pearce as your main character. It's got Carrie-Anne Moss and Joe Pantoliano in there. And the movie's really interesting because it's told backwards. The story is told in reverse. And the reason for that being is the main character's, he has a condition, and he forgets everything that happened about every 15 minutes. And it's like a short-term memory loss. And in order to convey that to the viewer, the movie is told in reverse. And the movie's kind of a mystery, you know, build up to figure out what's really going on in this man's life. And there's just some really interesting stuff going on. So because of how the story is told, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. I love it. I think it's an incredible movie. And it's my favorite Chris Nolan movie. So, and all you haters out there, oh, Dark Knight. Dark Knight's good, but this movie's better. Alright, last movie, District B13, one of my favorite action films I've ever seen. You'll look at the cover there real close. And it's a French action movie. It's brought to you by producer Luc Besson. What you would know Luc Besson from is most likely The Fifth Element. He's the director of The Fifth Element. He originally brought you the original La Femme Nikita, not the Peter Wilson TV show. And he also brought you Leon the Professional. And this movie is presented by him, not directed by him. He produced it. And the film is one of my favorite action movies of all time. The martial arts are incredible. The two main guys here, they've worked on a lot of stuff you've probably seen. You probably don't realize they're there, but they're there. The opening chase scene in this movie, the parkour stuff, is incredible. And when you see it, you're going to be like, wow. For all you 007 fans out there that thought the chase scene at the beginning of Casino Royale, I haven't seen it, not a 007 fan, but everybody tells me, oh, that chase scene's awesome. No, you haven't seen anything. Check this out. But movie's really good, and I enjoy it, so if you think you might be interested, go out there and check it out. Alright, that pretty much concludes my vid here. If anybody has any questions or comments or anything, just let me know. And alright, thanks.